Does it look like a fortress to you lot?
Nein, Herr Kapitän.
Or an armory?
Nein.
There are rumors, Grandfather, that this particular building houses a resistance group. Rather comical, nicht wahr? Isn't it comical? You have a name, Grandfather?
Heller, Adam Heller.
And an occupation?
Rabbi.
Rabbi. So I was told. Spiritual leader. And this is the daughter of the spiritual leader. You have a name, too?
Rachel.
How old is Rachel?
She's only 19.
19's a good age. 19's a fine age. My sergeant is 19. Lot, you're 19?
Jawohl, Kapitän.
Ah, books, books, books. The philosophy of Spinoza, the Apocrypha, Israel Zangwill, Oswald Spengler, Sigmund Freud. But no Nietzsche. Nothing of Nietzsche, Rabbi. He once said it was his ambition to write in 10 sentences what everyone else says in a whole book. You should read Nietzsche, Rabbi. He proves that everything we do is quite correct.
I have read your Nietzsche. It was he who said that that which needs to be proved cannot be worth much.
Relative?
My son.
And he's where?
He has been missing 3 years.
Polish Army. Officer. What branch?
A lieutenant of infantry.
Lieutenant of infantry. In the Polish Army? A race of readers trying to produce a warrior. A reminder to you, Rabbi, that you might pass on to your flock. Weapons are forbidden in the ghetto. Any act of violence will be met with complete extermination. Any questions, Rabbi?
No questions.
No questions, sir.
No questions, sir.
There must be law and order.
Order, I have no doubt, but law, my young friend. Well, this we could argue about.
If it disturbs you, you should not have started the war.
I should not have started the war. Someone should have mentioned this to me when I invaded Poland.
Sergeant.
Sir?
Knock the rabbi down.
Kapitän.
Sergeant Lot, I want you to hit the rabbi. Sergeant, when you teach someone, make certain it's a lesson to be remembered. Lesson something like that. And as for you, my young sergeant, we'll have a talk about this. You understand?
Jawohl, Kapitän.
And as for you, Rabbi, we'll make soap out of your kind.
Children, even that was recorded in God's book. Paul, my son, what is it compared to what they did to you? Nothing, Paul, nothing at all. Oh, look at him. Will you look at him? My son who comes back to me from the war, my son who leaves a boy and comes back a man. And the beard, notice the beard. A beard he wears like some old grandfather, this lieutenant of infantry of mine, whom I got in heaven. This is too much for me. This is too much for an old man, too much joy. Do you recognize him, Joseph? The boy you used to take to the carnival shows and get him sick on candy and soda pop. No longer a boy, is he? This is a man here. A mensch. But come on, everybody sit down. Everybody sit down, we'll have a celebration. And look at this, Paul. A bottle of wine. This Polish thief here, may God forgive him and may God bless him. He sneaks through the sewers and brings us food. He helps keep us alive, this Joseph. I'm like some wild man. The way I talk and I cry and I laugh and I make noises, but I can't help myself. My son is alive. He comes home to me. I walk in my house and there he stands. What is the matter, Paul?
We're forgiving people, aren't we, Papa?
I don't understand, Paul.
Do you see this, Chinnick?
Well, I see it, Paul.
Oh, this proves they are madmen, Paul.
The Nazis didn't invent the ghetto, Papa. He did. His kind.
Paul!
They were killing Jews in Poland long before Germany was a country. They made anti-Semitism an art. They gave it refinements. They made the rules for every Jew hater to follow for the next century.
So we declare war on Joseph Chinnick now, Paul.
Odd kind of an enemy, Paul, a man who keeps us alive. The ghetto is shut up tight, Paul. If he were found out, they would shoot him on sight.
Paul, he's in the house of friends.
Joseph Chinnick is a fortunate man, Papa. He can buy forgiveness with a bottle of wine. He can answer to his conscience by sticking a piece of cloth on his sleeve. This is a cheap and undemanding ritual, Chinnick.
No. We're asking of me, Paul, that acknowledge what Poles have done to Jews over the years. Acknowledge this. But if you are telling me that I must feel responsible, if you are saying that Joseph Chinnick is accountable, I've known you and your father and your sister too long, and I loved you all too much to say mea culpa. The ghetto is not my crime, if that's the admission you are looking for. Paul, you're old friends. Tell me what you want of me. There's no need for subtleties.
Subtleties? You Gentile pig, what do you know? Subtleties?
When I put this badge on my face, there were no subtleties involved. Or the belts on my back that go a quarter of an inch deep. Also nothing subtle. Well, last Friday afternoon on the main street in Krakow, where I saw 1,000 Jewish corpses end to end. This was the most unsophisticated scene, Mr. Chinnick. And I'm accountable.
Some glasses. We must have our wine now. Paul. Joseph Chinnick brought you your first books. Your mama was alive and we had a party. And Joseph Chinnick brought you 3 books. He brought you 3 books. I've still got them. Would you believe that? I still have the books that Joseph Chinnick brought.
Stop! Will you keep quiet now? Will you stop acting like a host at a banquet? Do this for me, Chinnick. Accept my thanks for the 3 books you gave me when I was 5 years old. And for the trip to the carnival, and for playing chess with my father. But remember, Chinnick, I owe you much more than that. I owe you for this. And for the lead color of my skin, I owe you.
Dear God, forgive him. Forgive my son, Paul.
You're addressing God, Papa. God can't hear you, Papa. God has left the premises. He has new friends now. He lives at Berchtesgaden at the elbow of a paper hanger. So, Papa, I'd hold up any further prayers until I found a replacement. A God a little more righteous than the one who's moved over to the Germans. We're Jews. Chinnick, kindly don't forget that. We're Jews. And all the bread and all the wine and all the canned fish in the world can't change that. But your apologies, Papa. Your apologies can take any form you wish. Apologize to him that your son is out of his mind. Ask his forgiveness for my lack of gratitude. And be sure, Papa, be quite sure that you're particularly abject about that carpenter from Nazareth that we were supposed to have nailed to a cross 2,000 years ago.